I am I'm doing okay. I got a bit of hey Mercedes. Mercedes Funk is here, says hi Eric. Mercedes, it's nice to see you, my friend. Here's the plan. 1 hour. 1 hour live stream. Then I'm off to bed. As I mentioned to Love Our Toy Pups the other day, I go to bed extremely early because I'm weird. It's not necessarily 100% true. I don't go to bed early because I'm weird. I wake up early because I'm weird. And in order to support my weird habit of waking up early, I need to go to bed early. I'm getting by in about 6 hours of sleep right now. Have been for a while. I could do with an extra hour, health wise. Mercedes, hey, Heavenly Star, my friend, says Yogi. Mercedes says Yogi. Heavenly Star says, you're not weird. I'm pretty weird. You want to know something? I embrace my weirdness. It's the weird people that seem to be the happiest. You know, living your life on your own terms, in your own way, not feeling the need to apologize for who you are or what you are, um, and practicing weird stuff. You know, I get up at 2:30 every morning. Let's see. Hey, Songha, how are you? I get up early every morning so I could practice breath work and meditation and do my yoga. Um, I deeply, deeply love and appreciate my own innate weirdness, which allows me to look around the world, look at other people, and appreciate the fact that they can be pretty weird too. You know what I mean? Let's see. So I brought the live stream up on my desktop so I can see better. Let's do a quick scan. We're going to look around YouTube. We want to see who else might be live. Are you guys connected with our friend Smitty? Unfortunately, I can't drop links. Unless you're on a desktop. Anyone here on a desktop? Besides me? That's Smitty. Smitty's a gaming channel. Some of the first people, when I first started doing live streams, is mainly to the burpees, the fitness community. Let's see. Zen Eater says, Zen Eater, twerk daddy. Man, I'm old. I'm 59 years old. If I were to twerk right now, I'd throw my back out. I wouldn't be able to work out tomorrow. Zach says, hello. Zach Bossman. Hello, my friend. Zach says, shh. I agree. I'm a naturally quiet person. Zen says, okay, sorry for asking. I didn't know. That's okay. Here's the truth. I'm 59. I'm in really good shape. I ran my first 100-mile race 1 week after my 50th birthday. And I did a couple more after that. I've done over 100 ultras. I haven't done it in a couple years. So I'm in pretty good shape. The truth is, I don't know how to twerk. I would need to take twerking lessons, and then I'd come on and I'd show you guys how to do it. Let's see. Heavenly Star says, I go to sleep early. So does that mean I'm weird? It depends. What's early for you? I think, Heavenly Star, I think you are probably weird in the best possible way. You know that? I think that you are someone who is unapologetically themselves. They don't try to fit in. They're just happy to be who they are. You seem to be a very strong and independently minded person. Now, I haven't known you for long. That's just my initial impression of you, my friend. Songha says, how long do you meditate in the morning? About half an hour in the morning, and then I have another meditation session midday. I do my breath work 3 times a day and therapeutically as needed. Therapeutic meaning that, like right now, the last 2 or 3 days, um, emotionally, I've been off kilter. Things haven't been right. Fortunately, because of meditation, because of practice in yoga, um, being mindful, trying to be mindful, I can sort of feel when I'm off before it hits bad. You know what I mean? Before I enter this bad depression, before um, full blown anxiety hits. So hopefully I'm going to use one of my favorite words again. Hopefully I can circumnavigate this. If I can't, then I get through it. You know, we get through what's presented to us. Here's what I've learned. Don't fight it. We're conditioned to fight everything that happens to us, everything that we think of as bad, because we don't want it. So we fight it. However, when you fight something that inevitably is going to be present anyway, we suffer. We suffer a lot. I'm not saying don't try to change things. That's the whole nature of circumnavigating. I will definitely try to get out of this emotional tailspin that's on the verge. But if I can't, I'm not going to beat myself up because of it. I'm not going to add suffering into the mix. I'm going to love myself through whatever happens. When I learn how to do that, here's a great thing. I've learned how to love other people through whatever it is they're going through. And that's huge. Krista says, greetings, how's it going? Hope life's treating you well. Thank you, Krista. Life is treating me pretty well. Let's see. Sander says, I speak from Brazil. Could you say hi to me? Hello, Sander, my friend. Sander 1888. Welcome. Mercedes Funk says, hello, Yogi. Hello, Mercedes. Hey, Carl. How are you? Carl says, good evening. Carl, it was nice sitting with you in your live stream. This is what I like about Carl's live streams. It's sitting in the living room with a friend, just having a nice conversation. Heavenly starts laughing, says Carl loves pies. Well, that's a really good thing to love. I am partial. I like pies. I like muffins quite a bit. Leo says, hey, Leo. What's up, Gigi the Goat? Much love, bro. I got you, Yogi. I appreciate that. Not much, Leo. How are you? What's on the agenda for tonight? What are the reps? I know you got something big planned, right? Heavenly says, Leo, hi. Mercedes says hi to Leo, too. Pecan pie. Hey, Heavenly, do you say pecan pie or do you say pecan? Pecan pie. And you're right. Pecan pie is excellent. You know what I like even better? The pie of all pies, the ultimate pie, pumpkin pie. Nothing beats pumpkin pie. You can make the case for apple pie. Apple pie is really good. You can make the case for lemon meringue pie. Man, my mom used to make excellent lemon meringue. She was an excellent baker. Mercedes says apple pie. Apple pie is pretty good. Man, but pumpkin pie. Krista says, glad to hear that. You look like a good person. Take care. Thank you, Krista. I appreciate hearing that. One pump the whole way, bro. Hurt myself yesterday with that crazy routine. So I'm just chill with one pumps for an hour. That's the way to do it, Leo. Got to get those recovery sessions in, you know? Get a little bit of blood flowing through the injury. Heavenly Star says, pecan. Gotcha. pecan pie. However you say it, pecan, it is a darn good pie. That's for sure. Mercedes says hi to Chris. Hey, ATC. What is good, Legends? Wait, what? No cheesecake? Well, are we considering cheesecake a pie? Or are we considering cheesecake a cake? This could be a discussion that might bring some contention into the mix. Not necessarily, but let's hear it. Cheesecake, pie or cake? I mean, it says cake right in the name. I've heard technically that it's considered a pie. But cheesecake, vanilla, what was the kind that I had? It was a vanilla something cheesecake, and it was the best thing I ever had. You know, they make vegan cheesecake. It's pretty good. ATC says, say hey, Mercedes Funk. So, hey, Selma, how are you? Selma says hi. We got all of our Love Our Toy Pups coming by to hang out. I appreciate that. Heavenly Star says, no, cheesecake is a cake. I'm with you on that. Selma says, yes, Mercedes. ATC says, so I stepped in. If it's a pie discussion, I'd like to enter blueberry for consideration. Man, blueberries. I love all things blueberry. I have blueberries every single day, twice a day, actually. Sometimes my second time, instead of blueberries, I'll do sliced strawberries. But every morning, without a doubt, blueberries with my oatmeal. It's a superfood. Every once in a while, you know, a new berry comes along, goji berries, something like that, and touted as a superfood. You don't need to look any farther than the good old-fashioned American blueberry. So ATC, blueberry over pumpkin pie? Maybe I'm just thinking pumpkin pie because it's autumn, because Thanksgiving's coming up. Here's what I can't abide. Sweet potato pie. Sweet potato is a standalone dish. It does not belong in pie. I'm going to take a firm stance on that. I'm not going to back down from that opinion, no matter how popular it might prove to be. People say that Jesse Yogi in his basement, Jesse Yogi doing burpees in his basement, I almost couldn't finish my own title, is afraid to get controversial, is afraid to take a stand. Not true. I took a stand right here. You guys are witness to it. Sweet potatoes do not belong in a pie. Prove me wrong. Someone says, I miss you too, Mercedes. Well, I'm glad you guys get a chance to hang out tonight. Let's see. ATC says blueberries are excellent antioxidants. They are. They're great for the eyes. Mercedes Funk says yes. I made a mac and cheese. Good old-fashioned mac and cheese. Man, what would Americans of a particular generation have done without mac and cheese? It has saved many a meal for so many busy families, you know? Mac and cheese, hamburger helper. Mercedes says, yummy. Someone says, like pumpkin pie. I'm glad to hear that. It's got to have whipped cream, that's for sure. It doesn't have to. Pumpkin pie can stand alone, but it is really good with whipped cream. 835 says, Yogi. Hey, 835, how are you? Okay, blueberry is my if I only had one pie decision. But apple and pumpkin are both excellent. Pumpkin especially, if it's nice and firm from the fridge. Yeah, I agree. Pumpkin pie definitely seems better. Room temperature or cooler, that's for sure. And you know what? Blueberry has a stand. If I only had one pie, as a standalone pie, that's a good pick. Because, man, blueberries are good for you. you can make the case that you are nutritiously eating. Give yourself a second piece. You need the nutrition. Hey, Nightmare, how are you? Nightmare, we're having a pie discussion. Someone says strawberry cake. Strawberry cake is good. Strawberries are good. 835 says, I finally know what fish I caught. The fish species located in Miami River is called the chub. Hey, where are you located on the Miami River? My wife slash ex-wife slash significant other is from Dayton, Ohio. And she used to, as a kid, they used to picnic along the Miami River. Sadie says, apple pie. Good old American apple pie. Apple pie is good. Apple pie, cinnamon. Heavenly says, hi to Nightmare. ATC says, had a wicked afternoon. Caught and released a 7-pound pike today. Wow. How big of a pike is that? Is that considered a good sized pike? How big do they normally get? Hey, and I thought about you yesterday or today. I saw a little clip on a news link that popped up. There was some type of gold that was found in Georgia that might have like a significantly large vein. Don't know if you heard anything about that. Mac and cheese with Doritos. Now, are you having mac and cheese mixed with Doritos, or you have a mac and cheese and Doritos on the side? Not that it matters. Nightmare says, slow to star. Mercedes says, yummy. Hey, Isabella. Nightmare says, I like pie. Eric, what kind of pie do you like, Nightmare? Lemon cake. Lemon cake is good. Speaking of pies and lemon, I mentioned this before, lemon meringue pie. You know what? If someone were to serve you a plate of meringue, you'd be like, what the heck is this? No one's going to make me eat a plate of meringue. Has anyone like dug into, and what is meringue? Has anyone ever dug into a big plate of meringue? Got to have the lemon. Strawberry shortcake is excellent. Heavenly Star says strawberry shortcake is good. It is. Someone says chocolate cake. You know what? Chocolate's okay, but I'm not a huge chocolate fan. Like every once in a while, our favorite vegan restaurant would have like chocolate something pancakes. And I was like, why are you ruining my pancakes? Just give me plain old vanilla glazed blueberry pancakes. The gourmet of all pancakes. Don't put chocolate stuff in my pancakes. Heavenly Star says strawberry shortcake is good. It is. Nightmare says I'm good star. Thank you. Peach pie. Peach pie is really good. You're right about that. Lemon pie is good. Heavenly Star says hiding from someone on YouTube. You're hiding from someone? We'll never find you here. This is the last place. This is the last place anyone's going to look. City says funk. Nightmare says who you hiding from? Hey, Lion. How are you? I thought about you the other day. Wondering how you been. So how have you been? City says hi to Lion. Someone says Doritos with mac and cheese on top of it. Interesting. Interesting. Speaking of people I've been thinking of, be confident. Be confident says Yogi. How you been, my friend? Mercedes says hi. Confident says, I'm sorry I haven't been in your live sessions lately. That's okay. Life gets busy. Nightmare says, I was about to crack a pie joke, but I'm not sure you would understand the British humor. Let's give it a try anyway. And if it needs to be explained, I need to, step out of my national humor confines and embrace world humor. Friendly source says a dude named Stumpy. Well, you're safe here. Runner Boy says, I found you. Uh-oh. It is, no one knows that Runner Boy is actually Stumpy. Limeout says, let's see. Lion says, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Red velvet cake. Oh man, red velvet cake is excellent. I haven't thought of red velvet cake in a long time. ATC says eat lemon meringue pie, but I'm not huge on the meringue part. Me neither. I kind of feel like a lemon pie with Cool Whip may be better. You got a good point there. Someone says chocolate pancakes is yummy for some people. Yeah, for some people. So I'm going to reiterate my stance, my controversial stance. Sweet potatoes do not belong in pie. They are a standalone gourd. If you're going to use a gourd for a pie, pumpkin. Heavenly Star is laughing at Runner Boy. Someone says, Dark, yes, Mercedes. Lion says, better trying to stay off technology. That's understandable. You do know, if you need anything, if I can help you in any way, you know how to reach, you know how to get in touch with me. And I'm happy to. Be Confident says, it's called AT, Appalachian Trail. Awesome. So you've been, what was the distance? Confident says, it's because I've been hiking a trail I recently started that I've been planning for a while. I have hiked quite a bit of the Appalachian Trail. I've hiked almost all of it in Maine. I've hiked all of it in Connecticut, several times in Maryland. As a matter of fact, we had a challenge of doing the entire Appalachian Trail from Penmore, Pennsylvania to Harpers Ferry as fast as we could. And I've hiked it through Virginia. I've hiked it lots of times through the Smoky Mountains. I've been to Springer Mountain. I've just never connected the entire trail. I've hiked it through Pennsylvania. I have once in New Jersey. Not a whole lot in New York. Be Confident says, wish me luck. Good luck, my friend. It's a beautiful trail. You know, the fastest known time, FKT, was just set about 2 weeks ago by a woman, and she did the 2,100-mile trail 40 days and some hours. That's 55 miles a day on the gnarliest trail you'll ever know. Be Confident says, I'm also reading Walk in the Woods while walking a lot. I got it on my shelf. My sister gave that to me for a Christmas present when it first came out. A wonderful book. Heavenly Star says, sweet potatoes are not pie cook. Thank you. I appreciate you taking that stance with me. Confidence says, only occasionally meat, very occasionally. Lion says, I'm vegan too, but that's good. I'm not sure if I remember you saying if you were vegan or not. Lion, I'm doing okay. I'm having some issues. I'm going to be honest with you. I am working through some issues. Lion says, I appreciate the channel. Thank you. Let's see. Nightmare says, no, Eric, I should probably keep it to myself. There's kids present. That's true. You have to tell it to me on another live stream sometime. Someone says, I am Mercedes. Mercedes says, wish me luck, Selma. So sorry if I missed anyone's comment. Confidence only occasionally meet, very occasionally. Sadie says, love you and okay. Someone says, love you too. Confidence says, I'm also reading, I read that, apologize. Heavenly Star says, nightmare, I ain't no kid. You said, I think someone asked you, right? Did you say you were 26? I don't remember. Maybe I'm mistaking that with someone else. Confidence says, great book. It is a great book. So confident. Can you imagine hiking the Appalachian Trail 55 miles a day, 40 days? Generally, people take 6 months to do the whole thing. Carl says, good night, everyone. Good night, Carl, my friend. Hey, Carl, it was you who inspired the pie conversation. Much appreciated. Nightmare says, I wasn't referring to you, Star. Confident says, okay, Yogi, fellow hiker. Yeah, I absolutely love hiking. That's why I got into ultra running, because it's basically a little bit of a fast hike. City says, good night to Carl. Confidence says, I do intend to finish it. I have no doubt that you will. Says, I do know about that woman. Give me 1 second. Client says she's a G. Someone says, I'm going to see my boyfriend James tomorrow. I saw you mention that over at Love Our Toy Pups. Enjoyed the visit. Confidence says she said she took 90-second breaks. It's amazing. Then kept going. Absolutely amazing. Selma's excited. She's going to see her boyfriend. Confidence says, Yogi, what issues? I hope you're okay. I'll be okay. I'm going to try to circumnavigate some, I've mentioned before, 3 years ago, out of the blue, I was blindsided with anxiety and panic attacks. Been a long time. Depression's been a long time part of my life since a kid. It's lightened up during meditation. I get to witness it instead of suffer it. I can deal with that. But man, I was unprepared for the anxiety and the panic attacks. And I suffered from really bad imposter syndrome. As here I am, someone who teaches people how to navigate through anxiety, emotional stress, panic attacks. And out of the blue, they're hitting me. Through intensifying my work with breath work. By intensifying, I don't mean making it harder. I actually mean the opposite, making it gentler, more gentle. Realizing no one is ever immune. Just because you practice yoga, just because you teach meditation, just because you teach breath work, doesn't make you immune from anything. Long distance runners die of a heart attack. Vegans have strokes. Life happens to all of us. You can never, ever, no one's immune from anything. Just that realization really helped me quite a bit. So anyway, last couple of days, I feel like I'm skirting the edge. So I'm being gentle on myself. I'm being kind to myself. I'm getting out in nature a bit more. Thank you for asking. Lion says, have you guys seen what happened in Turkey? I haven't, Lion. What happened? Heavenly Star says, no nightmare. Sadie says, no. Confidence says, Yogi, understand that I intend to walk the Hope Trail. Gotcha. That's awesome. Some people do it in sections, but yeah, I think that through hiking, how long would you like to take to do it? Lion says, crazy. I'm going to have to look that up, Lion. 33 years old. How old are you, Selma? Hey, Ian. He says, top of the morning to you, Eric. Hope you have a great weekend ahead. Thank you. Lion says, you're a solid guy. God's got you. Thank you, Lion. I appreciate hearing that. ATC says, anxiety and panic attacks as well as depression stink. But like anything else bad, much easier to deal with when you understand what you're up against. I agree. I agree. For me, the big difference was when I stopped fighting what was happening, especially depression. When I would start feeling that sort of heaviness creeping in, creeping in, creeping in, and then I would immediately have this inner cringe. No, I don't want to have this. This is horrible. Life seems to be going okay now. Whatever, listing all the good stuff. Why now? And then, of course, it just adds to the suffering and it adds to the depression and it hits even harder. But again, when I learned just to be gentle, there are ways I can circumnavigate it, but not all the time. And then sometimes I'm just experiencing it. There's the difference. I'm not suffering depression, I am experiencing depression. Made all the difference in the world. It was just lighter. Not easy, but lighter. If you can truly, truly remember to love yourself, and I don't say try to love yourself or attempt to love yourself, but remember, everything in life gets easier. Everything. Depression, panic attacks, anxiety, insomnia, all of it gets easier when you love yourself through it. So, Ian, how's everything with you, my friend? Confidence says, I've never really been one to talk about my religion, but I think now I want to say God has you back. Thank you, Confident. I appreciate that. I'll pray for you. God bless. I appreciate that. And you know what? I've been through it, and I'll get through it. And right now, like I said, I just feel that like I'm on the edge, which is good because I can do what I can to ease myself. Either ease myself away if possible or ease myself through it if not. Ian says, hi, all in the chat. Have a great day. Night. Cheers. Thank you, Ian. Hey, Sniper. Jesus says something happened in Colombia. Jesus was in Colombia. Colombia where? He got crucified here. It was bad. Sadie says, okay. Confidence says, love knows as little boundaries as you can possibly imagine. Which reminds me, and I read it once today, St. Paul's letter to the Corinthians. What an absolutely awesome section in the Bible. Perhaps my favorite. It just describes love so perfectly and also highlights how little in our everyday life, politically, socially, economically, we actually recognize and allow love to be expressed. Sniper says, greeting beautiful souls. The information from the Turkey government must not be trusted. They attacked civilians randomly after they created a red flag attack on themselves yesterday, enabling Mercedes says, how old you star? Confidence says, I think you should follow the Jesus of your choice heart. Absolutely. I agree. I was raised Catholic, and then I left the Catholic Church. I left Christianity. I embraced the full teachings of yoga with some fairly deep study of Buddhism. Not intensive, but pretty steady. Through some experiences, non-duality, I sort of turned towards atheism. However, the more I turned within that path, the more I actually found the existence of God. Maybe not the God that is described religiously, in sermons, but the God of my heart, the God of existence itself, the God of beingness that doesn't have a name, that can't be named. And it's funny because over the past few years, that has reintroduced and then reconfirmed my own relationship with Jesus. Again, not in the traditional sense, not in the sense that I was raised to believe, but more as a loving presence. Heavenly Star says, Mercedes, I'm going to be 29. How soon until you're 29? Confidence says, loving yourself is just so amazing. It is. And it's actually who you are, who we are. That's why I said remember, because we forget it. We're conditioned out of it. Hey, Skeeter, how are you? Nice to see you. Lion says, you have kids? I have a stepdaughter. Stepdaughter, my ex-wife. She is technically, yes, my ex-wife, but she isn't my ex anything. And I've always stayed, no matter whatever happened, I've always stayed my stepdaughter's father, no matter what. Selma is singing You Are My Sunshine, a very pretty song. Thank you, Selma. Hey, Bang. Bang says hi. Confidence says, Yogi, I need to ask a question. Absolutely, my friend. How you doing, Skeeter? Are you going to be on the lake tonight? Skeeter says, everyone cheers, Brother Yogi. Mercedes says, hi to Skeeter. So if you are going to be, if you want to drop your link, Selma's singing Lean on Me. Excellent song. Everyone is saying hi. I love the Old Testament. I'm selective in my Old Testament. Mercedes says, I do too. Selma is singing. I appreciate the singing. Selma says, I love singing. Sampa says, be confident. Try the Greek translation. Mercedes says, yes. You definitely get a clearer picture in a Greek translation, especially, I think, maybe even more so, the New Testament, which was originally translated from Aramaic, the language of Jesus, to Greek. And it's like the word sin, which, biblically speaking, translated to Greek, meant to miss the mark. Didn't mean to do something so outrageous that you will burn into hell for eternity. It meant that you missed the mark. How gentle is that? Missed the mark. Someone's drinking apple juice. Apple juice is good. Confidence says, okay, squirrel, written down. Mercedes drinking Dr. You know what? I've never had a Dr. Pepper. 59 years old. I've never had Dr. Pepper. Confidence says, Yogi, just be yourself. No stress. That's all I can be. I have not tried to be anything other in quite some time. I'm taking my, it is called herbatonin. It is valerian root, ashwagandha, which I'm mispronouncing, and just a little bit of naturally occurring melatonin. Someone says, I have a lot of energy. You certainly do, my friend. Star says, Sniper, you're so amazing. ATC says, I don't typically talk about God, especially not in public forum, but I firmly agree there is some higher power, just not the one written in books or worship in a stuffy church. I agree. I like how the Tao Te Ching, the very beginning, says the Tao that can be told is not the true Tao. We could retranslate that. The God that can be described is not the true God. Soon as we enter a concept, we've lost that the essence. Let's see, the Septuagint, sometimes referred to as the Greek Old Testament or the translation of the 70 Septuagint, was created by the Jewish community. Confidence says, good topic. Religion, it is a good topic, as long as we never get insistent upon it, that because I practice this is the superior religion. Because I believe this, everyone else is wrong. Wars have been fought for no less. People have died for no less. November 7th, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Be Confident says, Yogi, who am I to you? Be honest. It's a good question. I don't know if I ever quantified it. I trust you enough to give you a wrench. Some people might say doesn't mean too much. You give almost everyone a wrench, which is true. I like you. I consider you a friend. We've only talked here, but yeah, I don't, I'll be honest, I don't always like quantify things, that this person is this to me, or this person is that to me. Every time you come in, you're my friend. And I don't think I've ever thought of anything other than that. Does that make sense? Someone says, I told my brother, swiper, no swiping. What did he say to that? Be Confident says, Dora the Explorer reference. Sniper says, in Egypt, where Greek was the common language, the Septuagint was translated from the original Hebrew and Aramaic into Greek over 2 centuries before Jesus. Mercedes says, okay. Someone says, be confident. Swiper, no swiping. Heavenly Star says, it'll be 2 weeks. Do you have anything planned for it? Anything big? Confident says, okay, Squirrel, thanks for letting me know. Mercedes says, okay. Someone says, Jesus loves you. Yes, we know, because the Bible tells us so. Not only that, your heart can tell you so. We got a link drop from Heavenly Star. Thank you for dropping your link. I was on earlier. It was, you streamed a month ago, and you were singing. I heard you sing Let It Be. Lovely voice. I very much enjoyed that. Someone says, double tap the screen and the like live, double tap your screen. Thank you for singing the song. Sniper says, where are we? ATC says, I just wanted to take a moment to give you credit, Yogi, as well as a good credit to all of you in the chat. It's a special place where you can broach the subject and not get attacked or ridiculed. Thank you, ATC. And that's the objective. I've been thinking a lot about my channel and what I want. And I don't have a channel agenda. It's not about anything specific, but it is about kindness, compassion, conversation. I love talking about yoga and breath work. I love talking about all things spiritual. Everyone knows pretty much that I'm a student of A Course in Miracles. Um, and I like offering things that have helped me through life. But man, if something has helped you through life, I want to hear about it. Not only do I want to hear about it, I might want to practice it. Um, so ATC, thank you for that. Stephen says, Mercedes, that's very kind of me to say. What makes you say that? Someone says, Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Heavenly Source says, Reaper's live streaming right now. Awesome. We're gonna, I'm at 46 minutes in. I usually like going for an hour. So in about 14 minutes, I'll probably hang up my live stream spurs for the night, right into the sunset. Thank you for letting us know, Heavenly. Someone says, I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and kisses from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Selma's visiting Peru. Awesome. Confidence Selma, I will go to your channel and support you if I haven't already. Confidence says, yeah, it happens when you try to go to someone's channel and you hit the wrong thing. It actually happens pretty frequently. Someone says, thank you, be confident, I love you. Yogi, just hold on to that friendship you have with me, please. I will, absolutely. If you ever need to connect outside of YouTube, you can always look me up on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I don't do much. If you go to Instagram page, you will see about a decade's worth of honest to God, a decade's worth of pancake photos. Every Sunday there was a pancake photo. Why? Isn't it obvious? I'm a pancake artist. I thought everyone knew that. My art form is pancake photos. I don't make the pancakes. I don't arrange them or rearrange them. I take a photo and I eat them. I haven't done it in quite some time. Confidence says, Yogi, I was going to say I've been feeling really bad. Why have you been feeling bad? What's up with that? Heavenly Source says, Reaper said, hello, Yogi. Well, thank you. Thank you for relaying that message. Tell him that I will look for him after my live stream. I got a chance to hang out with him in the morning. We got a heart from Be Confident. Hey, T. T says, how are you, Yogi? I'm okay, T. I'm happy to see you. T says, I sell Confident Star Squirrel. Selma says, love you, Toy Pups is going to live stream tonight. Do you know what time she's going to live stream? Selma says, I love you guys. We love you too. Confident says, I love this channel. Thank you, Confident. That means a lot to hear. T is lurking in the background. Sorry, I didn't see you when you came in. Heavenly Star says, not really. Someone says, it's okay, Yogi, you're just doing your job correctly. Well, thank you for that forgiving tone, Selma. Much appreciated. Mercedes says, sorry, Yogi, I had a phone call. That's okay, Mercedes. Mercedes says, I'm Bake. I'm back. Gotcha. Let's see. I think you mentioned that before. I don't have any social media except YouTube. Well, my email address is in the on my channel page. If you ever need to reach out, if you ever need anything. Selma says, I love your smile, Yogi. Oh, thank you, Selma. Man, that's a really sweet thing for you to say. T says, thanks. I'm happy to see you live too. Love pancakes. I had to check them out, Yogi brother. T, are you on Instagram? I have some on my Facebook page, but you got to go way back. ATC says, I make maple syrup from scratch, Yogi. We should do a collab. That would be awesome. You know what? I'm going to do a collab Sunday. Sort of. I'm going to be on our friend Goga's Sunday service. Talking about yoga. Talking about the inner path. Yoga in and of itself is already an inner path, but most of us associate it with the asanas, the postures. But man, I would love to do a collab with just about anyone, even if it's just sitting and talking about the stuff that you love. So unfortunately, the shutdown several years ago put an end to my weekly pancakes. Mocha and I had a Sunday brunch date, no matter what was going on in our lives, for everything, all kinds of stuff. It was our favorite vegan restaurant. Every Sunday, we would put everything aside and we would have Sunday brunch together. It was an anchor, which is why 12 years after we've gotten divorced, we're still together. But when my father got very sick and I was caring for him and everything was shut down, I had to stop. And after my father passed away, you know what? I lost a little bit of energy for some things. I just didn't feel like I could step out and do the things that I used to do. I haven't done an ultra race since 2020 was my last race. Someone says 11, she's doing a live. I will be fast asleep. Someone says, Yogi, I need to connect with you over the supplement thing. Found some local. Awesome. Send me the information if you want, and I'll look at it. Someone says, everyone stretch left, everyone stretch to the right. Just want to go up and see if I missed anything. Confidence says it's getting late. It is getting late. I'm going to make at least a little over 6 minutes. I'll have an hour in. I don't know why I'm stuck on an hour live stream. Just seems a good solid number. Semper says it's not about the money, Selma. It is definitely not about the money. Confidence says I got to go in the tent soon. Hey, man, good luck. Not good luck. Enjoy. It's an adventure. It is huge. It's been a dream of mine forever. Enjoy. Confidence says I walked some PCT, but barely any. I've never been on it, but I hear it's a beautiful trail. But you know what? It's a very smooth trail. It's got more elevation, but it's a very smooth trail compared to the AT. The AT, again, is a gnarly trail. The rocks and the roots. Someone says, smile all day. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Wise words from our friend Selma. Thank you. Someone says, I know squirrel. T says, no Insta, almost everything else. T says, Yogi, did you hear about Eric LP and Reaper's collab on Saturday? I have heard about that. It's definitely going to be entertaining. You're right about that, T. Someone says, smile all day. It will help you feel better. It will. City says, bumblebees. T says, Yogi, it's nice to see you both and I had Anchor. Yeah, it's both that you. It's nice that you both had an Anchor. It is, and like I said, that's the thing. That, and we raced together. We did our ultra running. We trained for it together. I don't know, man. If it was not for Mocha, if it wasn't for my stepdaughter, my two dogs at the time, after, caregiving for my father, caregiving for my mom, caregiving for my father, two greatest things I've ever done in my entire life. To be able to be present for them, to learn so much from my mother, who I had such a difficult relationship with. And then through Alzheimer's, I had to let all of that go. And I had to meet my mother where she was, which meant I had to change my language. I had to change my mindset. You can never say to anyone in any kind of dementia, I just told you. Don't you remember? Pay attention. Don't you listen? Because there is no just, I just told. There's only right now, ever. My greatest meditation teacher, and I've studied with some great meditation teachers, I learned how to teach meditation. I learned meditation and how to teach meditation through the Deepak Chopra Institute. My greatest meditation, my greatest Zen teacher was my mom, because she always returned me to the present moment. She always reminded me to be kind, no matter what, to be kind. But, like I said, after the restaurant shut down, I wasn't racing anymore. I was just concentrated on my father. And when he passed away, I felt myself drifting, like not necessarily in a bad way, but inwards, to the point where I didn't know if I was going to come out and engage. And I still engage very lightly with the world, slightly hermit. But without Mocha, I definitely would have. I would not have, I don't know. T says, thanks, Yogi. Someone says, your theme song? It was my theme song. Thank you for singing that. Let's see. T says, Nightmare, was he behind in the chat? Was Let's see. I guess I am. Nightmare says, Eric, I watched one of your old videos. I can't believe you had hair one time. I feel like my life has been a lie. That's funny. You want to hear the hair story? All right. When I was young, up until my early 30s, I had really long and actually thick blonde hair. And then as my late 20s to my early 30s began to come into play, it was less thick and it was receding. Then pull it back in a ponytail. I'd comb it back right in a ponytail. One morning, looking in the mirror, putting my hair back in a ponytail, I heard the actual words in my mind say, if I only comb it a little over that way, no one would even know. Yes, the comb over was introduced in thought form. I've been through some pretty hectic, scary times. Nothing scared me more than hearing that voice say, just comb it a little bit over. So I took matters in my own hands before that could happen, and I shaved my head that very moment. And I was fine with it for 20 plus years. Absolutely fine with it. Never complained. I figured, you know what? If you had to be bald, you could do worse than a head like this, right? But I always used to think about George Carlin. You know what I mean? I'm an old, not a 1960s hippie, but a 1980s hippie, following the Grateful Dead, long hair, hippie dancing, tie-dye shirts, all that stuff. Traveling in a van, show to show. Um, Dating girls who smelled like patchouli oil. And I always just think about George Carlin, that old man, balding hippie ponytail. My freak flag. Could I grow that back? Could I be one of those old guys, one of those old hippie guys with a ponytail? And during the shutdown, I'm like, no one's going to see me except for Mocha. I don't go anywhere. Mocha and my dad, my brother. So let's give it a try. And then I started doing live streaming, and I realized, looking at myself, I finally answered that question. And the answer is no. I cannot pull off the old man with a ponytail, the old man balding with a ponytail look. So one day I decided enough was enough. It was time to get rid of it, and I got rid of the ponytail. That is the story. Man, Nightmare went back in the archives for that one. Runner Boy says, tell me there's a really good documentary about walruses called Tusk. Give it a watch. T says, Runner Boy, you have apples in your hands? T says, Nightmare, was he behind in the chat? Probably. Yep, Nightmare says, yes, Ashley T. Man, dig into the archives. There's only a few people who have done more burpees in a row than I have. I'm well over 1,000. I'm almost at 1,100 days in a row. Now, I don't do as many now because I'm shifting over to more kettlebell stuff. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff back then. There was a while when I was just strictly a burpee channel. And when I was finished my burpees, I'd sit down and I started talking about yoga. And a couple of people said, hey, why don't you continue talking about it, do a live stream? And here we are. Nightmare says, do it. You'll thank me later. Someone says, I had a Burger King yesterday night. Nice. Theme says, 11 days that I'm going to Disneyland in DCA, California. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that almost as much as you are, Theme. I've been thinking about that ever since you and I became friends. T says, Yogi, be glad you don't have a pointed head. People mistake you for a gaunt Christmas gnome. This is true. City says, boyfriend Kendall in July 4th, and he will be 32. Nice. 32 was a good year for me. Someone says it's scary to lose hair. It is for some people. I was okay with it. Nightmare says, losing my hair has got to be my worst fear. Is it, does it run in your family? You'd get over it if it happened. There are definitely worse things. T says, Yogi, grief is a tough thing. You end up with a void at the lost loved ones. Damn well hurts. It does. And, you know, as a caregiver, I lost a role that I identified with. That was an important lesson. Identifying so deeply to something, and then you lose the object. As a caregiver, I lost the person that I was caring about and for. And man, you know, I mentioned the rocky relationship I had with my mom. My dad was the opposite. My dad was my rock through my life. Person that I loved more than anything. So, man, to step up and be able to care for him was both heartbreaking and the most rewarding thing that I've done. But when he was gone, I'm like, so what do I do now? Caregiver, I got no one to care about. No one to care for, I should say. And then I realized when a caregiver loses the object of their care, that doesn't end the caregiving. You just keep giving it. So I finished off my meditation teaching instructions to be a teacher, as well as breathwork coach, and I decided that I'm going to be a caregiver. The things that got me through all the things that I needed to get through, meditation, breathwork, yoga, Course in Miracles. I'm a lousy meditation teacher professional. I'm a great teacher, if I don't mind saying. But I always say I don't charge my friends or family. So if you want to learn how to meditate, send me a message and I will teach you for free or for a donation. However, as a professional, it's a pretty lousy way to make a living. So I decided to talk about it instead and offer little tips on how to do it, things like that on YouTube. And this is my, and especially in the Buddhist tradition, the monks, they have their alms bowl. They go door to door. They get what they get. This is my alms bowl. This is what I do. I talk. This is my job. This is my profession. I talk about stuff. But more importantly, I want to be a caregiver. If you're here, even if you're not here, I care about you. I will do what I can for you in any way that I can. And that's the story of why I shaved my head. Wrapping it all up, full circle. All right. Sorry, guys, I'm behind again. I'm sure. Hey, I'm not that far behind. Imagine that. T says, Nightmare, I think my dad had more nasal and hair than on his head. He used to have to cut it with big scissors. Man, what a loving daughter. What a loving daughter you are. City says, Ginger. Hey, Ginger, how are you? Sorry I didn't see you come in, my friend. Ginger says, hello, Yogi. How's it? It's good, Ginger. Hey, Ginger, our friend ATC, All Things Country, caught a 7-pound pike. You did say pike. I don't know if you're still here, ATC. Did you say pike or did you say perch? How's that for a big fish? Someone says this is special. T says, Ginger, how are you? Someone says, I do it when I'm in bed. He says, fart. Selma? Someone says, I fart at night. We will put that in the big book of things I did not expect to hear in this conversation tonight. Nightmare is laughing. Mercedes says, would stop saying that and over and over. Selma? Someone says I had a Burger King. Hey, Ian is back. Ian says, hi to Ginger. Nightmare says, does anyone want a subscriber? Ginger says, I missed it. Yeah, our friend Nightmare got me going down the, got me feeling a little nostalgic. So we told the story of hair. Theme says, how's it going, Nightmare? T says, hey Ian, good to see you. It's been a rough week, but yes, I hope for a calmer weekend. I hope so, T. Ginger says, what dang pike would do it? Pike would do it. So 7 pounds. Yeah, that's a big fish. He says, hi, Thelma. Hope you had a great day. T says, have an important meeting tomorrow. I'll be thinking about you, T. Mercedes says, no. Ginger says, hey, chat. Salma says, me and my cousin, Mirando Seto, making cotton candy gushers. I've never heard of that. Ian says hi to Mercedes. Enjoy, Selma. Mercedes says, okay, Selma, no more. Hey, relaxing. Relaxing says, hello, everyone. Friends, my friend Eric. How are you? Theme says, that's good, Selma. Hey, Easy. Easy says, good evening. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Selma says, sorry, my internet at Columbia, there's no power yesterday. Ginger says, I got to shave soon, so it won't be out of control during winter. Then let it grow. Are you talking on your head? You talking beard? Or all of it? Mercedes Funk says, okay. Selma says, or I'm sorry, T says, thanks, Yogi. It's about moving forward with housing situation. Keep me posted. Easy said, my day's been pretty good. How about yours? Pretty good, Easy. It's been pretty good. Ian said they certainly won't be doing much today. We're in a heat wave. Man, that's awful early in the year for a heat wave, isn't it? You're just now starting summer. Or it's actually really, what, late spring? Mercedes says, okay. T says, Ginger, you doing the head? Make sure you don't look like a like a bald Santa. Head and beard, not all of it. You sick puppy. Well, you know, I had to ask. Just checking, making sure. T says, Ian, does the heat affect your instruments? Ian says, we just got to watch out for spot fires. Gotcha. Relaxing says, hello to everyone. Mercedes says, I know. So I think about 5 more minutes. Actually, it stayed longer than I thought. I thought it was going to end in an hour, and we are at an hour and 14 minutes just about. Ginger says, trying to get my grooming habits this in a grinder. Mine are pretty easy. About every week and a half, sometimes every 2 weeks, I take a hair trimmer and just go over the head, trim down the beard a bit. In the winter, I might grow the beard out. We'll see. Let's see. Relaxing says, Eric, can you help me with something? Help me, friends, please, with something, my friend. What can I do for you, Relaxing? You know, I tried to hit a super chat and it wouldn't work. I want to warn you that the person hurts me constantly, and a permanent total discrimination for almost 2 months does not stop hurting me without hurting him. Who is what's going on? He says Bumblebee, absolutely 100%. Thankfully, they have good cases and humidifier. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that before, Ian. It's a good question, B. Mercedes says, okay. Hey, Chad. Chad says, God made a few perfect heads. The rest have hair. Absolutely. I love that. Well said, my friend. Mercedes says, hi to Chad. Someone says, the people walk in to the room. There's a lot of people, and Jesus talks about sharing with others. And they were pouring drinks for each other, and they threw him out the door and laughed at him. I haven't heard that story before. Dad says to keep my flavor saver and my food catcher. Yeah, I'm never without. At varying lengths, but Ian says with the string instruments, I lose all strings. I loosen all strings. Yeah, that makes sense. Chad says hello to amazing Eric and all. Hello, Chad, my friend. How are you? City says okay. T says Ian, thanks. And all the people listen to Jesus. Laxing says Isabel 100. This is a very bad person taking advantage from people. Isabel 100. I don't know if I know Isabel 100. Ian says, you're welcome. Please friend help me stop him. I don't know what I could do. Relaxing. Have you filed a report? Mercedes says, who? T says, relaxing. We have a rule not to bring issues with arguments from other channels. Please leave it at the door. Thanks, mods and Yogi. Very discrimination, all people, this person. Chad says, I'm okay, stressing a little now, trying to get a permit passed for my house. Yeah, all that kind of stuff can be very stress invoking. But it'll pass, Chad. Fritz says, Yogi rage. There is no rage like a yogi's rage. Mercedes says, somebody begins me to me. What do you mean, Mercedes? Relaxing says, yes. My brother is so funny, said Soma. Well, that's good. T says, relaxing me, my last chat. Chat says 90% pass, 10% stressing me. That's pretty good. 90% passed. Fred says, why are you so mad, Yogi? No, I got my issues. I'm not going to get involved in it. But let's just say that, Thread, I think you know why. I think you know why. Chad says, I hope so. Over half built. Yeah, I could see why that would be over half built and having that. Lexi says, is simulated all the time. Hey, relaxing. You have a beautiful channel. Absolutely beautiful channel. I honestly believe it helps a whole lot of people. Just stay true to that. Don't worry about anyone else. Those who know you, they're there. They'll support you. They love you. Don't worry about the people that are bringing anything else other than love. Stay in their relaxing lane. Mercedes says, I said someone is being mean to me, Selma. Who's being mean to you, Mercedes? Fred says, cool your goal, Yogi. I absolutely will not cool my goal. I'm outraged and I don't care who knows it. I believe it's pretty evident. Easy says, it's dawned on me the amount of problems other people have in their lives, whether large or small. It's wild that everyone isn't at peace. Everyone is going through something. And you know what? It is all based upon a thought. All based upon thoughts that we have. Things are just things. Our thoughts about these things invoke stress. If we could once more view them as just things, issues that needed to be dealt with, knowing that we had all the resources at hand to deal with them. If we don't have resources at hand, we will find the resources. It would relieve all of those problems. It's a way of, you really need to do a 180 with the thinking to see that everything's a perception and not to deal with perceptions anymore, but to keep going within for the answers. When you're in touch with your intuitive response, things begin to flow. Does that mean you don't have problems? Yes and no. Things still happen. However, they're no longer seen as a problem that we stress over. They are seen as just something that we have to deal with. Relaxing says, thanks, my friend. You're welcome, Relaxing. You know I support you and your channel. Chad says it's a long story. Selma burped. Again, I will put that in my big book of things I didn't expect to hear during this conversation. Chad says it's a long story. Gotcha. Fritz says, chill out, Yogi. Nope. I'm outraged and I don't care who knows. City says, help me, Salem. City says, okay. He says, relaxing, abide by the rules. Can you leave at the door? Report to YouTube. Thanks, mods. Me too, supporting you, my friend. My honesty heart. I appreciate it, Relaxing. And you have. Since I started doing live streams, and you've been coming by, and you've been nothing but supportive to me, my friend. Mercedes says, I got my feelings hurt. I'm sorry, Mercedes. Fred says, what's your beef? It's between you and me, man. I say we settle this the old-fashioned way. Chad says, Eric, it's okay to be mad. I'm mad every day. Why I'm here to help a little. Chad says, Fred, please stop. For real, overdoing it. So, it is okay to be mad. No, I think it was Pascal, but I might be wrong. He said, nothing human is foreign to me. Emotions are emotions, but it's when we add suffering into the mix, when we're mad and we say, I don't want to be mad. When we're depressed and we say, I don't want to be depressed. When you're mad, be mad and let it pass. You can be mad without being involved with the madness. Does that make sense? You can be mad without being destructive. You can be mad without being angry that you're mad. And you can let it pass as it passes. When Gandhi was kicked off the train in South Africa for being the wrong color, imagine being the wrong color in South Africa and getting kicked off a train because of it. And it was in a rainstorm in the middle of the night, and he was soaking wet. Nothing to do but walk. And he got angrier and angrier and angrier. But instead of getting consumed by that anger, he decided he was going to use it. And he was going to organize. And he did. That's when he became, that was the initial beginning of his Mahatma, the great soul that he became. And he freed India through nonviolence. So yeah, Chad, you're absolutely right. It's okay to be mad, but what do we do with it? That makes all the difference. We can be mad and be constructive, or we can be mad and be negative. That's where we have the choice. And then when you find that you're being constructive, the anger transforms. It becomes creative. It becomes something else. It helps us instead of hurting us. As well, it helps our loved ones and our family, because now we're not angry at them. We're not angry at ourselves. We're just angry. Angry with the present situation. And that gives us the impetus to allow change to happen. So yeah, that was an excellent point, Chad. Lexing says, thanks, my friend. You're welcome. Says chill out, Yogi. Yeah, I get a little carried away sometimes. He says, relaxing, please abide to the rules. Getting the up at the door. He has been. Fred says, what's your beef? And stop thinking. That's funny that you say that. A lot of people think that to meditate, you need to stop thinking. You just need to be aware that you're thinking. That's the art of meditation. Hey, Dreadson, how are you, my friend? Someone says, I went, puppy mummy, I'm crying. I'm sorry about that. T says, tell me you did nothing wrong. I didn't see bullying. Lecter says, doesn't matter what color you are or what. No one is stupid or intelligent. We are beautiful friends or people, and we need to think negative, even if badly a person is intended to doing bad. I agree, relaxing. So thank you for that positive message. Someone says, I love you, Bumblebee. Let's roll on Neil. Now there you go. I've had enough in Neil deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, she's going to do a live stream in a little bit. I'm actually going to end my live stream in just a couple minutes. Just want to make sure I'm caught up in the chat. Neil is bad. You know what? I generally talk love. I talk forgiveness. I talk extending myself as love to other people. But you know what? Fred's got a point. Neil deGrasse Tyson is bad. T says, Selma, she may be busy with her home stuff. Yeah, she's going to do a live stream later, so probably getting some rest before she does. Easy says, isn't that strange? You know what, Easy? The fact that you're seeing that is a really big insight. The fact that you're seeing that it's strange, that it doesn't have to be that way. That's huge. You won't be hidden again. Theme says, hey, easy and relaxing. Chat says, Eric, your past you talk about was sad and touching at the same time. Thank you, Chad. Yeah. You know what, though? It was going through that stuff that I confirmed what I wanted to do. And this is it. To the best that I'm able. I don't want to say that I teach. I don't want to say that I instruct. I don't want to say that I do anything other than offer to be a friend in whatever way I'm capable of. Maybe that lets me off the hook. If I say I'm going to teach, that means I got to have something to teach. And I don't know that I do, because I think we all have our own lessons. We're all teaching ourselves. I keep going back to Ram Dass when he was asked, why are we here? What's our purpose? And Ram Dass was a great yogi. Everyone expected this, deep yogic answer about karma, chakras, meditation. And he thought about it and said, we're all just walking each other home. That's our purpose. How kind is that? Let's see. Relaxing says peace and love from me and everyone. Beautiful people there. Thank you, Relaxing. Peace and love to you, my friend. Let's see. I know it was Selma. It'll be better. Easy says, have a great rest of your day. See you in the morning. Take care, Easy. Appreciate you coming in. Chad says, I can't believe you were thinking about suicide too. I do too. I did for a decade. Actually, even longer. T says, relaxing, peace and love to you too. Sorry you're hurting. Thank you for that, T. Someone says, it's scary. I was like, no, that's what is happening. But she found you every time. Chad says, it's amazing you found love. It is. That's something to talk about for sure, Chad. If you remind me, next live stream, I'll talk more about it. I could not have found it until I realized it was who I was. We spend our life looking for things that are outside of us. Always looking for things outside of us. And guess what? We never find it, ever. We find temporary representation of the things that we're looking for, and they never last. And that's why the Buddha says life is suffering. Life is suffering because we try to hold on to things that never last. He also said there's a way out of it. And yoga says there's a way out of it. And A Course in Miracles says there's a way out of it. It's not as hard as it seems. Hold life lightly. Be easy on yourself. Be kind on yourself. Let's sum it up. Cut yourself some slack. If your best friend messed up, if your son, if your daughter messed up, you put your arms around them and say, it's okay. In life, you're going to mess up, but you're going to get by, and I'm going to be with you. Why not do the same thing to yourself? Put your arms around yourself, figuratively and literally, and let yourself know it's going to be okay. You didn't mess up. Life is just hard sometimes. Chad says, I wish I could find love for myself, but I don't. You will. You will. If you look for it, Chad, this is what I can promise you. If you look for it sincerely, you will find it, because it can't be anywhere else than within you. Chad says, I'm crying a little now. I'm hurt. I'm with you, my friend. You're not alone. You're not alone in hurting. I'm actually just thinking about that. Just thinking about you hurting right now. I'm actually crying a little myself, my friend. You are not alone. Bank says, hello, everyone. Doctor says, Chad, love is in yourself, in your heart. Take and thinking about it in your soul, and meditation, and be calm and love yourself first. Thank you, relaxing. Hey, Anna Greek. Anna Greek, how are you? How was the fasting, my friend? Hey, Weld, I'm sorry. I saw you come in. Didn't get a chance to say hi. I apologize. T says, Selma, it's over now. It is. Yes, it is. Theme says, going live tomorrow night. Hockey game, 6:30. Awesome. If you get a chance, drop the link, Theme. Anna Greek says, Chad, do not search love of others. Love yourself. Love yourself. This is the unconditional love. Relaxing says, me too. I'm with you, Chad. Sending love. Thank you, Relaxing. Bank says, love you too, Selma. T says, theme parks. That sounds fun. I used to play host yet myself some years ago. Jess says, right now, I can't find any love. I hope to someday. You will. Anna Greek says, I decided to make a 4-month fast. Wow. Yeah, you went from what, 40? I think you were saying, you said 70 days. Banks says, just working on my music for my first song release. Hey, let us know when you're going to release it. The Cult of the Potato is back. Hello, my friend. Says, hey. Someone says, I'm happy to see you. Theme drops the link. Thank you, Theme. Mercy is here. Hey, Mercy. And Greek says, I have a lot of fat on my body, 40%. So with the fasting, walking, can you do some type of strength training, even if it's just push-ups? Yes, from 70 to 120. Man, that's huge. T says, Anna Greek, wow, was it hard? He hasn't started it yet. His, what do you say, 14 days was his longest fast. Call to the Potato is that a, I don't know what that is. It's an emoji. I know that. We get more emojis from Mercy. Thank you, my friend. Anna Greek says, no, not hard at all. Chad says, I'm 5'9", 195 pounds. I'm considered fat. 5'9", 195 isn't that bad. I'm a little under 5'9", just about 5'9". At my heaviest, I was 220 at one time. I was powerlifting. I got a video on my community page. You got to scroll down and you'll see it. Mercy says, like 25 for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Chad says, who comes with these rules for fat? Yeah, absolutely. They're arbitrary. Lexi says, Chad Bailey, first you need to love yourself, and you will see after you will discover your love when you don't thinking about it. Thank you, Relaxing. Oh, it's a coffee drinker. Awesome. Man, I have 1 cup of coffee a day. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite parts of the day. Mercy says, good evening. Thank you. T says, Anna Greek, did you lose much? Don't forget to lose muscle, so I think you need to be careful. Don't forget you lose muscle. Anna Greek says, no, Eric, I will walk only on Saturdays for 2 hours with slow pace and solve math and read in chair or bed. Gotcha. So when you end your fast, maybe that would be a time to start a some type of, not hard, but consistent strength training plan. Bank says, making these shorts to upload later. Nice. Looking forward to it, Bang. Mercy says, so host from UK. Welcome, my friend. Jess says, I was 222, only powerlifting, food, and beers. That can be a workout. Let's see. Anna Greek says, I've heard that ketones that are released during the fast is the best fuel for the brain function. I've heard that as well. Selma says, I'm having a burpee contest. I hope you win. Lexi says, doesn't matter how you are, Chad. You're a human. This is true. Song is laughing with Selma. Chad says, no, I'm human. Full of mistakes. Full of mistakes and full of solutions at the same time. For every single mistake, there is a solution. For every single mistake, there are infinite solutions. We just need to tune into the solution at the same time with thinking about the mistake. A mistake doesn't mean anything's finished. It just means a mistake. Water has electrolytes. It's liquid electricity. Someone says, yeah, I'm a cowboy. I didn't know. T says, so many have had a lot of pop tonight. Relaxing says, Chad, Billy, don't think stupid. Let's told you something and ask Eric how I am with outhouse and living and no one helps me. Now I am homeless. Yeah, Relaxing has shared his story, and it's a remarkable story. and hasn't given up hope, is working towards what he would like to achieve, what he will achieve. T says, Mercy, I'm from the UK. Jess says, I ate no breakfast and fruit for lunch. Lost weight big time. Yeah, that definitely helps. Banks says, I'll be back, guys. Thank you. Mercy says, sorry, my friend, no speak English. That's okay. I'm not so great with English either, and it's my native language. Jess says, sorry to hear you homeless. Someone says, hello, I'm Dora. All right, guys. It's actually slightly past my bedtime, so I got to shut things down, and we're going to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep. I'll be up at 2:30. If anyone is around at 5 in the morning, man, I don't know why you would be. But if you are, come on by, hang out. We'll talk some more about this. I love my 5 a.m. live streams. It's a little more, I don't know, on point. But tonight, we talked about some important things tonight. Lexi says, and Chad Bailey is criticizing himself. No good. My life is bad, but I'm powerful. You are powerful. Someone says goodnight. Mercy says goodnight. Thank you, my friend. Someone says we love you. Thank you. I love you too. Bang is back. Bang, you are back just in time for me to say goodnight to you. Anna Greek says goodnight. Hey, Anna Greek, please keep me posted. Keep us posted on how it's going. I'm going to see everyone tomorrow. Like I said, if you're around in the morning, come on by and hang out. I'd appreciate it. Thank you, guys.